tests and keep their head down. So we've been all brought up culturally to think that I have to do it myself. And one of the big things that Dan Sullivan taught was a lot of people think they have a how problem. Like, I got to figure out how to do this and how to do that. And how do I learn this? And how, oh, there's Susan. What'd she say? To Alan. Okay. I prefer WhatsApp. Okay, whatever. And then he broke it down and he said, you got a who problem, not a how problem. And the who is that there are people who know what you need to know. There are people who can show you this, who can do it for you, who can walk you through it, who can save you a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of headache, right? If you're willing to find them or hire them or work with them. So it shifted my thinking from how to who. So it's really valuable. And that was my big learning for the week. Now, I'll just share this with you. There's actually a book I ordered on Amazon called Who Not How. Who Not How. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you got it? Okay. Yeah, Who Not How. The formula to achieve bigger goals through accelerating teamwork. So my head's been kind of in that a bit, and I thought a little bit more about my target population and my niche market because there was a lot of focus on that in the program. And one of my niche markets, I think I shared with you guys last week, is kind of teachers and educators and that whole world. But my other one is retirees. I want to talk to people who are retired, who are going to retire, who are about to retire. And I have, some structures and some frameworks and some concepts and some processes that would be really good for retirees. So I kind of laid out the structure of my course, and I laid out the structure of my 90-minute webinar to talk to those people. And I wrote an ebook for those people. And so I just worked on that. And even though I don't know what I'm doing exactly, I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing in that direction to at least get, a structure, like a draft, a first copy. So that's what I've been working on right up until yesterday. And today I have spent the whole day learning a little bit about Instagram because I never use it and don't know anything about it. And then, so now I'm at a point where I'm starting to learn, well, how can you do videos on Instagram? And how can you use AI to help you write scripts for those videos? And can you use AI to help you edit those videos? So that's kind of what I'm in today. That's my update. Over to you. Yeah, thank you. What's wrong? What are you in? Like, what are we in right now? Are we in Zoom? Okay, so let me say this. I got the Zoom link through WhatsApp, okay? Yeah, and I'm on Zoom on WhatsApp, which I've never done before. Usually, if I'm on Zoom, I'm on a big computer. But so I didn't even know we could do a Zoom call on WhatsApp. But here we are. So go ahead. Yeah. Welcome her in. Yeah. That's fine.
Hi, Alan. I'm good, thank you, and you? Okay, so are we just the two of us, or
No, I'm here. Don't forget.
Oh, hi, Dave.
Hi.
How are you?
Is this like voice activated? Like normally I'm on a computer with this, and I have what's called speaker view, and I can see everybody, but I don't know how to do that like with Zoom in WhatsApp. Do you know what I'm saying?
Actually, I'm not on WhatsApp. I'm on Zoom, and on
your
my
computer?
phone.
Oh, on your phone. Okay. Yeah, I got 3 of them right here. Like, I was just thinking, I'd rather have the bigger view. That's all. Let me see. Did you send me this in an email? I think the problem is I don't have. Let's say I use my little. Let me see my iPad. Let me send it to my email. Okay, it's David Andrews 999 at iCloud.com.
No, actually, I was even wondering because I saw it was 8 on my time, and I saw it was 8 on Central Time. So I was a little bit confused, thinking maybe I'm an hour early. No, so long as we are able to connect, that's what matters.
Yeah, 8 o'clock is definitely better for me because I usually go to bed at 9 o'clock. So I'm okay with this. Yeah, it's 8 o'clock my time. Yeah, and 9 o'clock my time. I get up usually 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah, so this time is good.
Okay, here it just came in. Let's see
Yeah,
if I
this
can
time
get
is
through.
good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
And so, what
agree.
time is it on your side, Alan? Oh, okay, okay, okay. That's good.
7:17, and it's 8:17 for me.
Mm-hmm. Same as
Wait,
for me. I am on East Coast as well, so I have the same time as David.
okay, good. But now next week, March the 8th, I think it is, we do daylight saving, so it'll change again. But it's okay because it's bright out.
Mm-hmm.
It says that. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so I'm on. Oh no, that's not that. I'm in the wrong ballpark altogether. Hold on. Oh, here you are. Here's Alan. Okay. No. Zoom. Zoom web. Join the meeting. Leave and join. Okay, I was in another meeting. Jesus, I didn't know any other meeting all day. I had no idea. All right, let me try if I can join this one. Okay, here you are. There you go. Now we're getting in. Okay, Russell Brunson, Accountability Week 1 prep for your perfect webinar video. Well, that's what we're doing. Okay, great. So, do you guys want to tell me about the progress on your perfect webinar?
Yes.
Right. Okay, now I can see everybody. Oh my God, I'm here twice. Hold on, wait a second. Let me get rid of this guy. Leave. Get out of here.
All right.
Okay, he's gone. Oh, yeah, this feels better because it's bigger and now I can see everybody. And the phone is just too small for me. So, Suzanne, did you hear my update?
No, I did not hear your
I was
update.
giving it to Alan. Okay, take 2. All quiet on the set, please. Roll sound.
Boom. Clap.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is my update. So I kind of came into that thing with Russell with my head spinning, like, what the hell's all this? And then I got in the program. And so I've been trying to figure out all the stuff about the program and what's linchpin. But I've had a look at it, and it's really, for me, it's really valuable, really phenomenal. It's amazing, what's in there. And it really is exactly what I need.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a review of my niche or niches. And I think I shared with you guys last week that I want to talk to educators and people who work in educational institutions.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a course for that. I got my book have written for that. I got my program laid out for that. And then I kind of switched and I did some more work and some more thinking and some more research. And I wrote this, let me see. See this big thick binder here?
Mm-hmm.
This is a program I have for retirees, right?
Wow.
and it's called Reinventing Your Retirement, right?
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, and it's called Reinventing Your Retirement, Act 3 of your life, right? So Act 1 is, you grow up in a family and you have sibling rivalry, and you somehow you get through the knocks or whatever in the neighborhood, and they beat you up a couple of times, and then you figure out who you really are, and you pick an education track, you go to university, you graduate, and now you got a big student debt, and you're ready to fall in love and get married and have a family and buy a house and create even more debt. So that's the end of Act 1. Okay. And then in Act 2, you got to work like a slave for the next 35 years to pay it all off. Okay. And your kids grow up, and then, they grow up to be brats and they're disrespectful and they leave home. And now they want you to pay for their university because they're so privileged. Yeah. Anyway, that's the end of Act 2. Okay. And most people prepare for Act 1 and Act 2, and then they retire. And for 25 years, when people say, oh, what do you do? Oh, well, I'm a fireman, or I'm a brain surgeon, or I'm a lawyer, or I'm a doctor, or something like that, right? And you identify with what you do. And all of a sudden now,
you don't do anything.
So who are you now? What are you now? How are you now? Who do you want to be now, right? So how do you want to write Act 3 of your life? I mean, that's where all the climax happens and all the drama happens, right? That's where they finally say, oh, the kids are all grown up. I'm leaving that bastard now. Okay. Or whatever. But so I decided retirees, I'm going to make that my target audience, whether it's one or whether it's a couple. So I've got, that is my 8-module course. And since I saw you last week, I wrote a webinar.
Wonderful.
I haven't recorded it or anything yet, but I've got my hook, I've got my 3 stories, and I've got some of my offer constructed. Okay. So that's what I've been working on, just putting it together. And I put together a little ebook to go with it. Now, the truth is I cheated a lot with this thing called ChatGPT. Right? And I just kept pushing the envelope and saying, well, what about this? And what about that? And can you give me this? And can you give me that? And can you help me with this? So I got through a lot of it with that. And it's the first time I've done it, or the first time I've been able to go through all of the steps, right? So it's not the finished version, but having gotten through it once, I now know I can do it again.
Oh, wonderful.
So that's my update.
Wow. I am so impressed with you, David.
Thank you.
I want to congratulate you. You've gone so far. And you are already reinventing yourself and your retirement. You're just learning what you're going to share.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I just didn't know it. I didn't know what to call it. And like I used to have 3 rental properties, right?
Yeah.
And they're all gone now. Can I tell you a story? Can I throw in a little story here? Do you mind?
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So we had these 3 rental properties, and one of them I rented. This was like a 7-bedroom house with 2 bathrooms and 3 floors, and the 3rd floor used to be the maid quarters kind of thing, right? And I bought this house a while ago, and I renovated it a bit and fixed it all up, and I rented it all out to international students. But this was an old style captain's house on the coast, with hardwood floors and big stone fireplace and chandelier and nice fancy cabinets and all that stuff. So I rented this house to these students from Dubai. And I rented it in September. So September, October, November, December, they were there and they were paying the rent and everything was fine. And I went to Mexico for my vacation. And I'm lying on the beach in Mexico and my phone rings. Hello? Oh, it's my sister Joan. Hi, how are you? What's going on? She says, David, your neighbor called me and there's water gushing out the front door of your house. I'm like, oh, what? Go over there. Go see what's going on, blah, 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 blah. So long story short, the boys didn't like the Canadian winter. They all packed up and went back to Dubai and abandoned the house. The house had a big furnace in the basement and it had these big old classic, those big old-fashioned radiators, one in every room. Well, they all froze and they burst. The ceilings collapsed onto the dining room and the kitchen, and the basement filled up with water, and all the hardwood floors buckled up.
Oh, wow.
So long story short, the house was a write-off.
Oh my God.
And I phoned my insurance to talk to them about it. And they said, "Where are you?" I said, "Oh, I'm on the beach in Mexico." And long story short, they said, "Well, you were out of the country and nobody was in the house and nobody was looking at the house. So your insurance is void."
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
So you lost the house just like that.
So I lost the house just like that. And the boys were somewhere in Dubai, and I had no idea where any of them were, and none of them left any information or whatever. So I had no way to track them or find them. So that was disaster number one. Welcome to your retirement. So we can have great plans. You know, I'm going to live happily ever after and be a slum landlord, right? I failed miserably at that. Like that fast.
Wow.
Anyway, that was an aside. But yeah, so I've written a lot of it up and I got through it once. Okay, I've talked enough. Over to you. Somebody else. Take over the microphone.
Wow, I am so impressed. I feel like I haven't done much.
Okay. Well, let me take the mic for a moment. And I was wondering how the horrible story was going to tie into your perfect webinar. We'll have to figure that out. But it looks like it was just a story. Okay. Well, maybe it could be part of the story. Origin story somehow. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. Michelle, are you just watching, or do you want to participate in the Zoom? You can come off mute.
I'm just watching. I'm in a lot of pain right.
Okay, understood. I'm sorry. Okay, one of my staff members. Yeah, one of my staff members was in the Zoom call, and then she dropped out and went into my backup recording. So she's just kind of chillaxing, watching the meeting and learning from a distance for this week. So we'll just keep her in our prayers that she's gonna be okay. All right. So anyway, awesome. So what I would like to do is I'm gonna try to hit record here, and I've got so many recordings. I don't know if this is gonna record on Zoom, but I am recording in my school community anyway, so I got a backup for this video just in case. So let's see if this records or not. It may or may not. The recording will be saved.
Recording in progress.
Okay, let me know.
Okay, that's pretty good. I guess it's recording. Praise the Lord. All right, so
so I have to start all over again?
No, we don't have to start over. Take 3, go.
Exactly.
All right, so welcome back to our Russell Brunson accountability time. And what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be presenting some kind of a summary document of some notes I took, a lot of screenshots that I took during the mega immersion event. And then we're going to get our baseline for what in the heck we're going to do for creating a perfect webinar. And I know that, David, you said you've written some webinar of some sort. So what we need to do is test what you've done and compare it to the framework to see if it's 100% in alignment or not.
I'd be happy with about 20% right now, but anyway.
I was listening to Russell Brunson as I was driving. I had to drive like 2 hours one way,
good. Yeah.
And then 2 hours back. So I got to listen to the same recording like 3 times, and I'm just like, I still didn't catch it all. So so the first thing is he talked about how there's 3 sections to the perfect webinar, 3 sections. So the first 10 minutes are the most important because they're the introduction. And he talked about how people do the first 10 minutes wrong and how to do it right. And I'll try to remember what he said about that in a moment. So you have the first 10 minutes, and then you have the content that you're covering. Okay. And then you have, which includes the one big idea and the 3 false beliefs that you're destroying, and then you have the sales pitch at the end. And he said that the most biggest places that you lose people in, they'll drop off of your webinar are the first 10 minutes.
Yep.
So if you don't nail the first 10 minutes, you lose them. And then if you don't transition right between the content to the pitch, you'll lose them there too. So those are the two problem areas that you have to take a very, very close, pay attention to. And the transition to the pitch is crazy simple. All he said was, hey guys, can I have your permission to share something with you that I put together that's a special offer just for this day-to-day, for this webinar?
Let me practice that. Hey guys, would it be okay if I took a few minutes to tell you about the special offer I put together just for the people who are here tonight? And that's it.
That's it.
That sounds good.
And then stop and wait. That's the big thing. You have to wait for them to actually say yes, or you have to put it in the chat if that's okay, and then stop and wait. And so,
wow, so you got to get their permission.
Yeah,
I'm a bit lost between the first 10 minutes and the transition to the pitch. What happens in between, or how did we jump from the first 10 minutes to the last part?
Yeah, no wonder why. Because it's not supposed to jump like that. So maybe I cut out or something, but you had the first 10 minutes for the introduction, and then you transition to your content is the second part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then the third part is transition to the pitch. So, all right. Awesome. And Michelle's in the room now. Whoop, whoop. And so she's going to do her best to just be a fly on the wall.
Recording stopped.
And there goes the recording. It stopped in Zoom. Okay, it worked for about 5 minutes. Whatever. Okay, I need to clear out my recordings. I have too many recordings, or buy more space, and I don't really feel like buying more space because it gets expensive.
Is that Zoom space? In Zoom?
Yeah, Zoom storage space. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, awesome. Hey, Michelle, do you have a question?
Do you want me to record?
Oh my goodness, yes. That would be amazing. Yes, thank you, ma'am.
Who is this Michelle?
Michelle,
where are you?
Amazing. She's one of my staff members, and
she's
been a huge supporter of me from the whole get-go when we started this iteration of my business. She is an extremely amazing...
Recording in progress.
There we go. She is thank you, Michelle. Appreciate your recording. She's an extremely amazing, detail-oriented person that's just incredibly great. And I probably know 2% of what I need to know. But...
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, I want to make sure it was recording.
Okay. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yep, I heard it say it's recording, so I think we're good. Awesome. And it's got the red flashing thing for recording on your side, right? Okay, perfect. So we're good. Thank you so much for doing that. Oh, I can see it. I can see the little dot there by your name. Okay, perfect. Okay, great. So let me go back over that again because we just started a new recording. So we'll just go with Michelle's recording at this point. So as a recap, we're going to be going over the perfect webinar. I'm going to be sharing some notes in the WhatsApp that I took from the Immersion event. And we're going to be going over organizing our webinar with day one, which is the 3 main parts to the webinar itself. And Russell Brunson teaches, I just listened to the recording like 3 times in a row. So number 1, the first 10 minutes is vital. It's going to be your introduction. Very simple, but there's a certain way to do that, which I'll get to in a second. And then number 2, which is the lion's share, the bulk of the webinar, perfect webinar, which is your content. Your content is the middle section, and that's where you're presenting your big offer, your one singular thing that your big promise is. You're dismantling the 3 false beliefs that they have. And then the third part is going to transition into the pitch, and that's it. So introduction, content, and then I can't do this backwards. I'm just going to do it without looking. Introduction, content, pitch. This is really hard to
All
do.
right.
Hard for me
What
to
is
see on the camera.
what is the time frame for the content, please?
Sure. So I have a slide on that. It's basically every 15 minutes something is happening. Okay. I do have a screenshot for that, and so I'll get to that in a moment. But he did say that. Let me start with the first 10 minutes while it's fresh in my mind. The first 10 minutes he was saying was the introduction time. He said that the first 10 minutes is the place where you're going to lose most of your people if you don't do it the right way. And then he also said the second place you're going to lose most people if you don't transition. Okay, so you go through your introduction, and then you go through your content, and then when you go from your content over to the pitch, this pivot right here is where you lose the second worst place to lose people. Like, oh, I've been going over this content, super good. Now let me go ahead and pitch you and sell you $1 million. I make $1 million now. Nope. If you don't do it right, you're going to lose a bunch of people there too. So let me say what I said before, because now we're on the new recording. Let's start with the transition from the content section over to the pitch real quick. And it's the simplest thing ever. It's just simply, you've completed all of your content, and then you simply transition by saying one sentence. You ask a question, which is, here's the question. Hey guys, this has been amazing. We've been going over so much content. Do I have your permission? Is it okay if I go over something real quick with you guys for a special offer I made just for this room right now? Is that okay? You can put it in the chat if that's all right, or come off of mute and say if that's okay. And then you wait awkwardly and let it be awkward. Whoever speaks first loses. And so if you speak, the audience is going to drop off. They're not going to stick with you, and they're not going to hear your pitch, and you're going to lose a lot of money. If they speak, they should speak right away, because it's human nature to avoid awkward silences. I'll do one right now.
All right, I'm getting a headache.
I told you. It's really hard to just sit there in silence, isn't it? Okay. I knew someone would speak. Thank you, and David. I appreciate that so much. Okay. So let's go back to the intro now. And I want to talk about that. And then I want to address your question. It was a really good question about what the time frames are and everything. And I'll answer that in a moment. So in the beginning 10 minutes, Russell Brunson says, what most people get wrong are two elements. And those are how you're introduced, and number one. And number two, the level of energy that you do in the first 10 minutes sets the tone for the entire webinar. And so if you're coming onto the scene and you're just like popping into the Zoom room and be like, oh, hi, everybody. My name is Alan. Welcome. So glad you're here in my webinar. You hear how awkward that is? It's really bad, right? Okay. And so what he's saying is it should sound more like this. Hey, everybody, this is Alan Pettit. I'm so glad that you're here today. This is incredible. We're going to get going in about 10 minutes right now, because everybody kind of joins at a different time. So in 10 minutes from right now, we're going to be covering how to do unlimited savings, like saving you $42,000 per employee, and by creating an AI employee, and it's only going to take you an hour. That sounds great, right? Does that sound good to anyone? Does anyone want to save $42,000? Okay, we're doing really good now. In about 9 minutes from now, we're going to start, and it's going to be really, really good. Okay, like I said, we're going to be going over how to create not one, but 3 AI agents. And by the way, you'll get the first one done in just an hour, and it's going to save you $42,000 a year. Is that cool? Does that sound all right? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Does that make sense? Are you good? Does anyone understand what I mean by that big promise? You know, does anyone want to save $42,000? Okay, we're doing really good now. Just 8 more minutes. We're going to be joining. Do you feel the difference between that? There's like this energy, like, oh, we're going to be doing something. And what I did was 3 times there, I told everybody what my big promise was immediately.
Right.
Okay. And then also, I was sharing the ruler. Okay. You know, a ruler that measures the distance, right? Okay. I was sharing the ruler on what the point of the webinar is. Okay. The point of my webinar is you're going to be able to create an AI employee in 1 hour or less, and it's going to save you $42,000 versus hiring a virtual assistant overseas per year. That's a pretty big promise, okay? And that's a real promise with real numbers, because I really was spending $3,500 a month on virtual assistants between Ecuador and Pakistan and the Philippines. I was really spending that. I really lost $55,000 trying to do a marketing company without the proper mentors in place. I really did lose that. Okay. But now I know. Now, everyone of you want to realize, like, at one point where you're like, oh, I lost all this, but do you ever know how you feel like, okay, yeah, I've lost that amount too, right? You know how that's a really tough thing, right? That's really tough. And then you go in and you start doing more and more and more on your webinar pitch. And, oh, we're almost there. Just 3 more minutes and we're going to get going. Like, you're basically already starting the webinar, but you're reinforcing in the first 10 minutes. He said, I'm saying the same thing on a loop 10 different ways once a minute.
Really?
Yes. Because everyone is coming in every 30 seconds. Someone's coming into the room. He goes, what you don't want to say is, okay, we're going to get going in about 6 minutes, and we're going to do a mic check now. Can everybody hear me okay? Hello? Okay, so everybody wait. I'll be right back. We're going to get started in 6 minutes from now. Everyone's going to clock out. They're going to be like, this is stupid. Why did I come to this webinar? This is dumb. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm controlling the room, and I'm telling them the ruler. This is so important for what he said, because in the first 10 minutes, everything is set. You're either going to make money from the first 10 minutes or you're going to bomb and you're going to fail. You're going to make no money, is what he said. So basically what he was saying was, when you get started, you're going to tell them what the point of the webinar is, and it's one sentence, which is one big promise. Then you can rephrase it in the following way. Let's see here. How does it? I think it was, let me see if I can remember it. It's basically, what if you could do this fill in the blank thing you want without fill in the blank thing you hate? Let me say it again. Okay? Let me say it again. What if you could do thing you want? Okay. What if you could fill in the blank thing you want without fill in the blank thing you hate? Okay? And so what that means is, what if you could have an AI employee that never calls in sick, always works, always on time doing his tasks, without spending thousands of dollars? Because I hate spending and wasting, or it'd be even better, without wasting thousands of dollars. That'd be even better, okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's a big promise, right? I'm going to have an AI employee. It's going to save me money, and an AI. Okay, I'm sorry, I said it wrong. I have an AI. I have an employee. It doesn't matter. Okay, I can take the AI part out of it. You know, what if you could have an employee that never called in sick, was always on time, always doing his job, without wasting a lot of money? I want that, but I hate wasting money. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then he also said, the way you get introduced to the room is the next biggest way to make the most money. Because he got introduced, he talked about this story where this person who taught him that tactic was like, I forget the name of the person, but that doesn't matter. He was going around getting mentoring on how to create his perfect webinar, is basically what his story was. And he goes, when I first started, this guy came up to me and said, Russell, this is how you're going to double how much money you make. You do this for the first 10 minutes, okay? And then the next thing he said was, here's the next thing you're going to do to make twice as much money. You have to be introduced right. If the person who introduces you doesn't do a good job introducing you, then the whole thing's going to bomb. You're not going to make any money because no one's going to trust you. No one's going to like you. And so what the guy did was, and I can show you an example if you want to see this. Well, if you just go to Selling Online with Russell Brunson, what's the first thing you see in that funnel? sellingonline.com with Russell Brunson or whatever it was. Selling Online.
The $3 million in sales.
No, there's a video. So what he did was, instead of having someone introduce him verbally, the guy did a hack, which was, I'm just going to make a video of how I want to be introduced, and you play my introduction video. That way I know I can control the quality of how I'm introduced.
I like that idea.
That's big. That's big. That's a big idea.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time finding someone who could introduce me correctly.
You know it. You know it. Yeah, because most people are super uber, like crazy, awkward. There's certain people that have this charisma about them that they can control the room. And I'll share my screen here right now. If you go to sellingonline.com, okay, we're going to go to the master himself. Okay.
Oh, good. Yeah.
And here he is. This is what you see. Can you see my screen? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
All right. This is what you see when you go to sellingonline.com. Above the fold. Okay, this is the fold down here where this gear is.
Mm-hmm.
This is above the fold. What are you looking at there? What did I just describe? This is his intro video, okay? Once you click on this, watch this.
The next man we're about to bring up is the single greatest marketer of the 21st century.
The GOAT of the marketing industry. New York Times best-selling author, collects books.
His ideas have literally shaped, crafted, and molded how we view modern-day marketing. But also, everything he does is with integrity.
The one, the only.
On your feet and make some noise for Mr. Russell!
You should have activated it on Zoom prior to the sharing the screen for us to hear the sound. But if we go, like, if each of us go to the Selling Online, we'll have a feel of how it sounds.
You can't hear it?
No, we can't hear.
No, you cannot hear it because before you share it, you should have activated the sound on your Zoom.
Okay, I thought
So
I
that
did
I can
that.
hear
I'm
it.
sorry. Hold on.
No problem. Training and development.
Yeah.
Well, Zoom just did an update, and it's stupid. So, I
Oh,
can't.
really? They did an update?
Yeah,
What did they update?
Well, first they did an
whole bunch.
update where when you share your screen, it mutes you. And I was like super upset about that one. And now they
Really?
did an update where now I have to click share your sound. It's like, can you guys make up your mind which way you want to?
Yeah.
You're like, come on. Okay, let me share my screen again. And this time I
Okay.
hit share sound.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that. I got to click share. Can you hear me now? Can you still hear me? Am I
Yeah.
muted? You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. These updates are driving me nuts. Okay. All right. Let's do it again. Thank you for interrupting.
The next man we're about to bring up is the
That's it.
single greatest marketer of the 21st century.
The GOAT of the marketing industry. New York Times best-selling author, collects books.
His ideas have literally shaped, crafted, and molded how we view modern-day marketing. But also, everything he does is with integrity.
The one, the only.
On your feet and make some noise for Mr. Russell Brunson!
Now, if you don't have that type of track record, how do you record a video that is compelling?
I've been thinking about this a lot, and here's my solution. You're not a Russell Brunson. I'm not a Russell Brunson, okay? But
Mm-hmm.
we all have an impressive resume about something, okay? We all are bringing a message, a big promise, like I just said. What if you could do thing you like without thing you hate? That's the beginning of your offer stack, the beginning of it. So like for me, what I realized was you can hire someone to make a video for you, and you should put in there, like for me, let's say I'm doing a perfect webinar and I'm selling how to be a high ticket closer in a way that is Christian and also without being salesy, and you're selling by serving. That's kind of a long-winded. I've obviously worded better than that, but that's my message, right? Okay. And then my resume, which is true. I'm going to give you my true resume. I have been in sales for over 25 years. I've sold things as small as $25 for internet service, all the way up to $8 million asks when I worked for workers' comp company with Berkshire Hathaway when I was doing workers' comp policies. I've done everything in between. And that's one segment, which is the equivalent of Russell Brunson walking out on the street and onto the stage. Okay. I'm not Russell Brunson, but I have an impressive figure to drop. Okay. And that is, I've asked for up to $8 million. Now that's something that's going to separate me, like, oh snap, this guy knows what he's talking about now, right? So my challenge to you guys is, what is your equivalent of that? What is the skill that you have that they're going to shut up and listen to you? Okay. They're going to be like, oh, this guy's in the room. He's asked for $8 million. We better listen to him. He's been through something, right? He's got an expertise of some sort. She's got an expertise of some sort. Okay. So what is your gift? What did God make you for? What are you gifted at? What are you naturally really good at? When you apply for a job, what is it that you kick butt at? Okay. What is that thing? Is it crocheting? Are you the best crocheter ever? You crochet, you crocheted for like,
how do you kick butts with crochet?
The only person in the world who's crocheted for 52 hours straight without sleeping. I mean, it really doesn't matter what you're saying. It really doesn't. As long as it's some kind of, wow, she went for 52 hours straight crocheting? How is that even possible? Did she go to the bathroom? Right?
The challenge of that is that imposter syndrome, where you struggle to find something that is meaningful and relevant to your audience. I don't have like a big numbers. I don't have I don't know. All I know is I can do brand strategy. That's all I know.
I love it. Let me fix that for you.
I've yielded so much money, whatever. And then, maybe I've helped companies and brands gain market share, but then I don't have anything that is like resounding.
Tell me
I will have
more.
To look for it.
Tell me more about the brand market share. What is it exactly that you did with that? And what was your job in 1 minute or less? What was your job? What did you do? What were the metrics behind it?
That's good. I didn't rehearse that, but all I can say is that because I'm culturally inspired by consumers, so I'm able to translate the brand's objectives into actual growth by listening to the consumers' insights. So I don't know if it makes sense. And doing that, I have helped multinational brands grow their business in Africa.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Let's make it very tangible and easy so a third grader can understand it. Okay, so number one, use me as an example. I asked for $8 million to write a workers' comp policy. That was my job. Okay, now I want you to do that. Your job was to do what task?
My job was to grow the sales or the business. I don't remember even by how much. By adapting products into the local market so that consumers can buy it. And because I know the insights of the consumers, I was able to tailor marketing strategies that will get the consumers to buy that product. I don't know if it makes sense.
Okay, I think I understand. So you you were working with some clients.
I was working with in corporate for many years, helping global brands expand their footprints in the local markets by understanding the behavior of the consumers in those local markets and get them to buy more of the products that they were selling.
Listen, that's extremely impressive what you just said. You're working with a global company like Nike. How do you get them to sell more shoes in Uganda?
Exactly. In essence, I'm working with a company like Nestle or Danone, and I'm helping them sell more baby food to local mothers because I understand them.
Yes, I love it. Now, you have to say to yourself, go back, and you're not at that job anymore, right?
No, it's basically what I've been doing for almost 15 plus years.
I love it. I love it. Let me interrupt real quick. Sorry. Since I want to honor your guys' time, I want to try to get in for a landing soon. So, so this is a great, wonderful exercise here we're going to do right now. Okay. So what you're going to do now is over the 15 years of doing that job, whether it was with the same company or not, doesn't matter. Over the 15 years, what was the single, what was the one company, whether you can remember the name or not, doesn't matter. There was one company that you made the most sales into a local market for. How much sales did you bring them?
I cannot tell in terms of sales because I was not a salesperson, but I can say in terms of revenue growth percentage. So up to 14.5 revenue growth year on year.
Okay, 14% revenue growth for a global company.
Yeah.
Higher. Okay, this is the coolest thing ever. Okay, it's a global company.
Yes.
They probably were at what, $200 million a year before you?
Something like that. I'll have to convert. Yeah.
Okay, so let's say they're at because it's global. They usually make hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Okay.
Yes, but now you have to bring that numbers to that region.
I understand. So let's just say for easy math, you're doing 100. They're doing $100 million as a global company. Okay. Let's say Nestle makes $100 million. I know they make more than that, but $100 million. Okay. And you're going to increase that by 14% to one country, Uganda. That's what you did, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to take 100 million times 14%. Michelle, you're better at numbers and details than I am. What is that?
114%.
You're going to increase $14,000. Is that right? No, 14 million. 14 million. Yeah, 14 million. Yeah, I think I did that right. So let's say they were doing 0 sales of Nestle chocolate in Uganda before you. After you brought them $14 million more.
Yes.
Okay.
From what they were doing before I came.
And then, before you came. And then they know your strategy, so they're going to grow it by another 14% the next year, and the next year, and the next year, and the next year. So you could take $14 million and take that times 15 years. It's not quite the right math, but just for the sake of example, because I know it gets cumulatively bigger, but you grew Nestle by $210 million, and they started at $100 million.
Kind of like approximately.
You need to figure out those numbers. I did this for Berkshire Hathaway. You know what I came up with? I'll tell you the numbers right now. It was over $2 billion I made them. Okay. So, so what I did was, here's the numbers. These are real numbers. I had 60 submissions a month on average. And so I took it down to 45 for conservative numbers. So 45 submissions a month that were over $250,000, between $250,000 up to about 8 million. So I went down to 400,000 and that was it. Like I conservatively numbers here. I could have went like 500,000. Okay. So I went to 400,000. Okay. 400,000 times 45 is I'm already at $18 million for 1 month.
Wow.
Okay, that's 1 month, and I did this for 6 years. Okay, so 1 month times 12. In 1 year, I brought them $216 million in 1 year. And then I times 6 is $1.296 billion I brought in for them. Now that's
You're hired. You're hired.
Now that's a number that you can play on your reel. I'm not Russell Brunson yet, but it's like brought in over $1.2 billion of workers' comp for a Berkshire Hathaway company, right? Oh, yay. Kimberly's popping in here. Yay. Okay, so now it's a party. Nikimberly's here. Woo, 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 woo. Hey, Nikimberly.
Hey everyone, how's everyone doing?
Hi, Kimberly.
Awesome. You know, I probably messed up on the time zone and stuff because you're joining at 8 p.m. instead of 7.
You had told me 8 CST, so that's why and that's what you told me 2 days ago. So that's why I ended up coming on now.
I know. I messed it up so bad, and because David had to.
Are you on the East Coast too, Kimberly?
On Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, yeah, we're all on the same time zone.
Yeah, just me and Michelle are here. Me and Michelle are central.
Okay.
Alan, can I say something?
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
When you talk numbers and when you talk Berkshire Hathaway and all that, it all sounds great and big and expensive and dazzling and expressive. But when you say workers' comp, I go, what? What's the workers' comp piece? That sounds like people who are sick and are out of work and need a paycheck or something. So I don't know how to. When I hear it, I'm like, how does this fit together?
I love it.
I'm just giving you some feedback on that, right?
I love it.
If you could just drop the workers' comp and I could make up whatever I want, that would be great.
You can. And that's exactly what I was going to say. It's like if they want to ask me while I'm in the webinar in a Q&A, what did you do for $1.2 billion? It was workers' comp policies. I would say it then. But in my intro reel, I'm just going to say $1.2 billion for Berkshire Hathaway.
In sales. Yeah.
In sales, right? 1.2 billion dollars for Berkshire Hathaway sales, or whatever. You know, all they're hearing is sales, 1.2 billion, and Berkshire. Oh my goodness!
What's his name? The little guy.
Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett. Yeah, you can say for Warren Buffett because that's impressive. Yeah. Warren Buffett sounds a lot better than workers' comp.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I got you on that. Yeah. I tend to say everything in detail with a lot of integrity, so that's why I put that in there. Yeah. But in my intro video, I wouldn't say that. I agree with you.
Right.
Yeah. I was more like saying what I would say live on a webinar because I have to say that, otherwise they're going to ask a question. What I'm doing is I'm preventing an objection. You know, that's why I said workers' comp.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah, awesome. So Nikimberly, what you missed real quick, and this is a good review for anyone who's watching the video. In the perfect webinar, we have 3 parts. You got it. You have 3 parts. Number 1 is your introduction, which is 10 minutes long. Then you have the content, which is the bulk of the perfect webinar, and that transitions over to your offer, your pitch. That's it. Just three parts. Now, the 3 parts are broken down by every 15 minutes. It's highly choreographed. And in the 2 biggest areas where Russell Brunson was saying that you lose the most people are going to be in the first 10 minutes. So there's a certain way you have to do that. And then the second play, after your content is presented, if you don't transition over to the pitch right, you're going to lose them there too. I don't know why I became super big. Okay, whatever. That was really weird. I'm big now. I'm big. Okay, anyway.
We can see you properly.
Did you highlight me, Michelle? Anyway. All right. So anyway, so the easiest way to transition from the content part over to your pitch is very simple. It's 1 sentence. It's 1 question, which is, Hey guys, we've been here for a webinar for 60 minutes now. We've covered how to create an AI employee in less than an hour, and you're only spending $20 per month on ChatGPT, and that's it. And I saved you over $42,000, which is what I promised you I would do when we started this webinar. That's just a recap. Now here's the question. Here's the transition right here. Hey guys, is it okay? Do I have your permission if I just go, oops, sorry, let me start over. It's going to give me the raise hand feature. Is it okay? Do I have your permission, guys, if I go ahead and present something to you, a special offer that I created just for you right now in this room? Is that okay? Can you put that in the chat if that's all right, or come off of mute and say it's okay? And then you wait awkwardly for them to say yes. Because whoever speaks first lasts, or whoever speaks first loses. If you're not first, you're last. Anyway. Shake and bake. Anyway, all right, I'm really losing it. Okay, there we go. Now I got some laughter there. Okay, and in the beginning part, there's a flow to it. This is a good review for anyone's watching the video. So again, if you don't want to get on the webinar, and you've seen me do this in my speaker treasuries, like every time we have a speaker treasury. So what I'm doing in the beginning of it is I'm hyping the crowd up. I'm getting everybody excited. I'm playing a certain video that is like, this is setting the tone. This is going to be a really big speaker coming on. That's number one, secret number one. And I already was doing that. I didn't even realize I was doing a Russell Brunson thing. I didn't even realize. I was just doing it because I thought, oh, this is cool. Let's set the stage. What you don't want to have do is some doofus introduce you and be like, Nikimili is great. Let me get some Capri Sun. Hold on a second. Okay, now here we go, guys. Yay, Nikimili! That's like a train wreck, right? And so, anyway, all that to say, that would be terrible. You're not going to make any money if someone introduces you that way. And so, what Russell Brunson said was, what this guy he would see, and I'm all over the place. Sorry. When he was first learning how to do his perfect webinar, he was getting mentoring from different people. And one guy had told him, listen, Russell, let me tell you two things, and it's going to make you make twice as much money on your webinars. And he goes, number one, control the way you're introduced. And the way I do that is I make my own intro video. So I know the quality of everything that's said correctly, and the music's great, the tone's right, and that'll set the stage. You just play that video. That will introduce you. And he goes, once I did that, wow, I made triple or whatever. Okay, cool. All right, I'm so confused. Is everybody in the room? Because there's some people left. Okay, whatever.
Yes, I am here.
Okay, we're all here. Okay, whatever. I'm going to continue on. And then the second thing that makes you money is to simply have the proper control of the people. So instead of coming on and being like, hey guys, I'm Alan. Nice to meet you. I'm in Nebraska and I have a cat. Yep. Nice cat. And just fed the cat. And I'm really glad you came, but we're going to wait about 3 more minutes. There's only 3 people in the room right now. So, you know what? I got to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Can you imagine starting a speaker treasury like that? That would be so ridiculous, right? So the way Russell Brunson says it is, okay, all right, guys, welcome to the webinar. My name is Russell Brunson. I'm so excited to show you this crazy thing. Like, can you imagine? Here's the thing that I did. This crazy niche kind of funnel that I made. It makes me $17,000 per day. And I'm going to teach you how to ethically knock that off. And I'm going to do it in less than an hour with you. Is that okay? Is that all right if you guys want to learn that? Is that cool? Okay, it's great. Okay, we're going to get started in about 10 minutes right now. Okay, so once again, I want to tell you, I just discovered this path. By the way, I don't only have one funnel that makes me $17,000 a day, but I have up to 27. And I actually make $10 million a day. I know you're all thinking like, yeah, let me tell you the truth. You're not going to start with $10 million right away. But what if you had one funnel that was making you $17,000 a day? Would that be good? Would you like that? Would you like to know how to do that in an hour or less? Okay, cool. Okay, great. If you're checking with me, we're going to get started about 9 minutes from now. Okay, once again, we're going to be started. And I'm going to show you the top 3 things I did in order to create this funnel that literally an automated pilot makes me $17,000 a day. And by the way, I didn't spend that much money doing it. It's just like $20 a month is all I did. And by the way, yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. We got 7 minutes and we're going to get started. I just said the same thing 3 times. And so, but I said it differently each time. And then he goes, I'm just on a loop for 10 minutes straight, saying the same thing, keeping everybody energized. And most importantly, I'm setting the ruler out. I'm setting the ruler out. I'm saying, this is how you measure whether this webinar was a success or not. I promised 2 things as Russell Brunson role play. Number 1, he says, I'm going to teach you how to do a funnel, number 1. And number 2, it's going to be done in an hour and spend barely any money, $40 a month doing it. At the end, the whole time, I've just told you this 10 times. Once a minute, I've told you this is what we're going to do in this webinar. This is how you measure the success of this webinar, because he said something was really important that I didn't say before, which is if you don't set the ruler and you don't measure it for your audience, they're going to come up with their own ruler. And they're going to walk away from your webinar saying, oh, that was stupid. This was a waste of time. Why did I join? But if you tell them 10 times, this is what you're going to get. And by the way, he also said, in 90 minutes, it's impossible to have them create their webinar or to create their funnel. It's impossible. That's not what you're selling. What you're selling them is the next step. What you're selling them is the belief that you can do it. That's what you're really selling them. You're not selling a product. You're not selling them a service. You're selling them the belief that you can accomplish the big promise that you make. They have to buy at the end of the webinar to actually do the implementation. That's not your job. Your job is to simply, in a perfect webinar in 90 minutes, you're going to believe that you can do this because I've already done it. Okay. That was something good. I'm glad you came in because I didn't mention that earlier, and I'm really glad you came in, so I had to repeat it all. That was good. That was good. And it's good for me to put it in my brain too. All right, so now you're caught up, Nikimberly, with where we were before you came in. Somehow it took me an hour to cover all that. But anyway, and we were kind of...
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And we were just kind of talking for 20 minutes anyway about nothing. Well, it's not nothing. I mean, David shared some good stuff because it was about retiring or third phase. Oh, he's like, oh... I saw that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you, but anyway. I should have said we were talking about non-related stuff to Perfect Webinar.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
So can I ask you a quick question about what you listened to? Because I would like to hear it or listen to it. It sounds really good. Do I already have it? Or is this something you created yourself?
No. I put it in the WhatsApp already.
If you did, thank you. I would love to listen to it. It sounds really, sounds perfect. Sounds timely.
You're good.
You're putting what in the WhatsApp?
I'm putting what in the WhatsApp?
Yeah, what is David asking for?
He's asking for the actual video that I watched. And so for everything that I'm training on. So let me double check to make sure it's in here. Bear with me.
I'm double checking too, just so you know.
I know I dropped one in there that was a perfect webinar training, but I'm not sure if it's the same one. Let me see.
I haven't received anything on my WhatsApp.
Really? Okay, that's weird.
No.
Well, I'm excited, man. Thanks for having me on. And
that looks like a Zoom call.
Okay, here we go. Hold on. Let me drop it in the chat here. But it is in the WhatsApp chat. So I'm not sure why you...
I just don't know how to find it.
I just joined the WhatsApp chat.
Oh, okay. So maybe I have to post it again. Okay.
Yes,
is it called join instructions? No.
No, this one right here in the chat.
Sorry, show. I can't see what you're looking at. Maybe you have to do screen shares.
Okay.
If you can copy and put it also in the WhatsApp group, it's easier for me than to.
Oh, here it is. Russell Brunson, Perfect Webinar Accountability. No, that's group chat invite. Oh my God.
Hold on. For some reason, my WhatsApp is giving me... Here, let me show you what apps are doing here. It's a little weird here. Hold on. We're having all sorts of tech problems here. Hold on. Techie is going to be techie. You know how that is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got lots of Zoom invites.
See how it's got like these right here?
Show me what I'm looking for.
Something went wrong over here. You see that? It's acting up. Hold on. Let me do it on my phone.
Okay.
Okay. And then I do have an assignment that I'd like to bring in for a landing here in a moment. So hang on. I know.
Okay.
I really want to hear this, so I need to know what I'm looking for, what it's called, what the title is, or what the link looks like.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Give me just a moment. Who else has a question? I feel like there was a question I didn't answer. Suzanne, did you have another question?
Yes, my question was, how long is the content?
Yes.
And you were going to share screenshot.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that now. Let me get my YouTube link dropped into WhatsApp first, and then I'll answer that. That's a very brilliant question. Okay. Hold on.
Well, I'm excited, man. Thanks for having me on.
Okay, this is actually Russell Brunson himself teaching from 6 years ago, but it's all very relevant. I mean, there was a lot more that he added for the summit, obviously. But this is still a really good starting place. And it's 2 hours long, and it feels like 2 minutes. It's crazy. Okay, so there's the link right there. Looks like
wonderful. I received it. Thank you so much.
Wait, now hold on. I want to make sure I got it.
When you look at the chat, you see the red dot.
Oh, here it is. Okay, it's right at the bottom of the chat.
That means that didn't go through that particular message. When you see
it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm talking about, Alan?
Yeah, the red exclamation point.
Yeah, that means those messages never got sent to the whole group.
Yep.
That's what that means. You have to resend it.
Yeah, I know. Only on my desktop it's doing that for some reason.
So
yeah. That's why I had to go to my phone, because I saw those messages. So that was really, I don't know. It normally works, but maybe I need to pray more. I don't know. Okay, but I got to send this to you, Nikimili. Do you want me to put this? Michelle, you got it in WhatsApp, right?
I got it in WhatsApp too.
Okay, perfect. So I'll just send it to you in school. Is that all right, Nikimili?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Or you could send it in Telegram. Doesn't matter.
Okay, let's do Telegram. Okay. I like that better. Yeah, then all the staff members can see it then. Okay, that's perfect. Okay, 1 second. Okay, here we go. Hey team, here's a quick video that we covered in the Russell Brunson accountability group today just now. And basically I covered the framework of doing a perfect webinar for parts 1, 2, and 3. And so I'll be dropping that video once I get it from, or actually Michelle can drop that video here in Telegram when we're all done. But here's the source information for the YouTube training that I am reteaching. Okay. There we go. There.
At Pro Phone Builder, it says. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. There we go. So perfect. Looking good. Y'all got that in Telegram, right? Nikimili?
I didn't check it. I'm going to check it now.
Okay. Thank you. It looks like it went through on my side. So.
And that went to WhatsApp, correct?
Yes, I got it on WhatsApp.
Yeah, okay. I'm sending it to WhatsApp, and I'm sending it to my staff members over in Telegram. So I use both. So
okay.
Yeah, I got it in Telegram.
Okay, awesome. Perfect. Okay, cool. And so okay, great. So Nikimili, okay, let me keep I'm sorry. Hello. See, when you try to rush too much, it ends up going slower. Okay. Suzanne, let me answer your question now about
the timing of the content.
The timing of everything. Okay. All right. So let me bring it up here. Nope, not that one. I got way too many things open. So basically, it's every 15 minutes. Oh my goodness, too much stuff open here. Every 15 minutes, he says that you're going to shift from one focus to the next. Okay, I'm just going to open a new one up here. My goodness. Okay. And what I'd like to challenge everyone while I'm bringing this up here, what I'd like to challenge everyone for the next week is that watch that video. It's 2 hours long. And then what I've challenged some of my mentees that are in my mastermind, I met with them today, and one of them today actually, and I said, listen, you got to start with your offer stack. You got to start with your offer stack. And it's crazy good training. Like I need to drop that into our private staff training session area in that school community. It's so good. So here's what I want to suggest to you guys, because it worked really good for my mentee. What you want to do is you want to figure out, man, it's really hard for me to multitask right now. Give me just 1 second here. Way too much stuff open here. Here we go. Come on, drag it over. Okay, now we're talking. Okay, thank you. Thanks for waiting, guys. Sorry. You want to figure out what your offer stack is, and you want to reverse engineer the perfect webinar from that. Because if you don't know what your offer stack is, you can write your perfect webinar, but it's really the harder way to do it. So you start with the end in mind, and then you work backwards and then create everything from that. So like in my case, my offer stack is going to be all related to creating AI employees. And I'm going to have 5 line items and 3 bonuses and 2 mega bonuses. It's going to be a bit crazy. Okay. And so that probably doesn't mean a whole lot to you guys yet, because I haven't explained what all that means. But basically, a line item is going to be anything that you can sell or have sold as a separate course or some kind of thing that is measurable. It's an actual thing that you have sold or a course. Like for me, I have a lightning TikTok, which is a course that I sell for $97. It teaches you how to learn how to do TikTok really lightning fast, and you get to double, triple, 10 times your presence on TikTok. That's a real course that I sell for $97. So I can put that into my offer stack. Okay. And what I was explaining to my mentee was that what you're really selling is, like Russell Brunson says, is not really all that sexy. It's not really that impressive, but it's your continuity plan that makes you money every month, or it makes you a big confusion of money up front. Okay. So what that means is, like for Russell Brunson, he's selling a $40 monthly subscription to ClickFunnels, or the $100 monthly subscription to ClickFunnels for the business level or whatever. Okay. Well, he starts with just one offer, one thing, and that's it. And that's another thing he said. One offer, one thing, and that's it. Do not say oh, here's 10 different ways. Here's my offer today, guys. I want to show you 10 different ways to get organic traffic going. It's the stupidest thing you can do ever, because they're only going to remember the first and second thing. Okay. They're going to forget everything else. And so his offer is one singular focus. You're going to buy ClickFunnels at $40 a month. But then he does 5 things that he's actually sold and how much the actual value is that's quantifiable. And he's going to give those, he's going to add value, and he's going to put those included with the special offer he has for ClickFunnels. And so what he did when he sold the Grant Cardone audience of 9,000 people, it was a $2,000 offer to a stadium of 9,000 people, and 1,079 people bought it. So basically 1 out of 9 people bought his offer, $2,000 a shot, which was $3.2 million, which is the world record for the highest amount of money sold from a table rush ever. It's never been broken in 90 minutes. And so his offer was ClickFunnels, a lifetime membership for $2,000. That wasn't really the sexy thing. It was all these other things that he was putting in that had a value of $150,000 or whatever. And because he'd actually sold all of those, but you were just paying $2,000. Okay. And that's the offer stack. Okay. And so one of his mega bonuses would be an example would be like, you get a one-on-one with me. I usually charge $250,000, but I'm going to throw that in for just spending $2,000 a day. He didn't dilute the value of having a one-on-one with him. What he did was increase the value of the $2,000 where it becomes a no-brainer. And there's some other things for the sake of time I'm not going to go into right now. He covers a lot of that in the 2-hour training that I told you about. And so, all right, let me get back to Suzanne and get your answer here.
Can I jump in here for 30 seconds?
No, more than 30 seconds. Take your time.
I'll just say one thing, and then it's to add to what you're already saying. In the conference call with Chris last week, he assigned us homework. The homework was to work on your offer stack. Okay? And Russell came on, blah, 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 blah. And he said, I usually spend about a full week working on my offer stack. And when I'm all done, it's one slide.
Yep.
Wow. 1 week for one slide, man.
Yeah, one slide.
Wow.
Okay, go ahead. Proceed.
Yes. What that just tells you I am like on track because listen, David has spent $10,000 to talk to Chris. And I'm saying the same stuff that Chris is saying, okay? Same.
Mm-hmm.
Woo-woo! I don't make me feel
next
good.
time, Alan, you should charge $10,000.
But you know what? I'm so glad you spent it, David, because that confirms for me I'm on the right track. That helps me a lot.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see if I can find it here. Let's see here. Okay. So this is the perfect webinar here. I'll send this to you guys in a napkin version. Okay, here it is. Here's the 15 minutes here for your origin story. 15 minutes. Yes. 15 minutes for your content, which is big secret number 1, secret number 2, secret number 3. And what those are destroying the false beliefs. And then you destroy them.
Yeah.
You kill them, and then you rebuild them correctly. That's what he said.
Mm-hmm. Can I help you out here?
Yes, please.
From remembering what he shared in the Selling Online, that first 10 minutes is also your backstory, right? And he goes into the fact that he lived in Idaho and he was surrounded by potato patches, and he started making a gun to shoot potatoes out of a gun. And that's kind of his backstory. So you got to put your backstory right up front there, because that's what they get to know you and like you and trust you. Okay?
Yeah.
Now,
and
I wrote like in the 3-story structure, right? You are deconstructing false beliefs. So I went through my process and I identified 7 false beliefs. Okay? And so I wrote them down right here in front of me. And then I wrote, what's the new thing they have to believe that deconstructs the false belief? Okay? So if you want, I can share these with you when you're ready as an example.
I would love that.
But I paired them together. Here's the false belief. Here's the new belief. Here's the false belief. Here's the new belief. Here's the false belief. Here's the new belief. Because they don't believe it's possible. They don't believe it'll work. They don't believe they can do it, right? So the question becomes, what do they have to believe to join your program?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's great.
They already don't believe it's possible. They're already, by default, a no. You got it? So in order to get them to a yes, you have to upgrade or transform the belief. So you got to know, what do they currently believe before you can replace it with a new belief. And that's what happens in the 3 short stories, the 3 15-minute intervals.
Beautiful. Perfect segue. I love it. Thank you, David. That's amazing.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me give an example of that Russell Brunson gives in the 2-hour training I sent you guys on that YouTube video. So what he says is, with ClickFunnels, it's always 3 things. Number 1, it's going to be complicated to build a funnel. Number 2, it's going to cost too much money. and number 3 is whatever, I can't remember. So number 1 was, it's going to be too complicated, right? You got to hire a software.
Can't do it.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it, Russell. I'm sorry. I'm not a software engineer. I gotta hire a software engineer. I don't know why I'm waving like this. This means I can't. This means lie, apparently. But, all right, I'm gonna stop. That's looking really weird. But anyway, I can't do this because I have to hire a software engineer. It's gonna cost me $70,000 a year or whatever, because they're really expensive. They have to program everything from scratch. It's got to work a certain way. You got to have somebody like Matt Robbins. I know Nikimili and Michelle know who this guy is, but he's like, you got to hire someone like Matt Robbins. He's a software engineer who does all the testing of the paths and make sure everything is, this link works and this link works and this link doesn't work and this checkout works and that checkout doesn't work and this upsell feature works and this one. You got to hire a software engineer to test everything, right? That's going to be, $100,000.
$1 million.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And you know what Russell goes, and what Russell said next? He goes, you're wrong. Pause. Whoa. This guy is saying I'm wrong. Okay, so that kind of pattern interrupt. I know you think you got to hire a software engineer that you're going to spend $150,000 on a year, but I'm telling you right now, you're wrong. Let me show you ClickFunnels. This is what happens here. Watch this. I'm going to show you in 5 minutes how to drag and drop everything you need to do that a software engineer used to do, because this is how we made our program. Wait a minute. What? I can do that. I can do that. Look at how he drug it over there. That's so easy. Now I have this funnel that actually works, and it goes to he just breaks it all down on stage for you. Okay? So that dismounts the belief, destroys it, and then rebuilds it up again with the correct belief. So you destroy the false belief, build it up with the correct belief. So now your guys' job is to come up with your 3 false beliefs. Like Nikimili, if there's something about the false beliefs in Christian coaching or Christian mindset, or why they're not getting into your community, or whatever the 3 main things you always hear. Like Nikimili, if you're doing a webinar, what are your Q&As that always come up all the time? Like if Russell Brunson will be like doing a webinar, what he does is, this is pretty smart, guys. This is super smart. So as he does his webinars, he has his team grab the chat, because you can grab the transcript, you can grab the chat from a Zoom meeting, and his team goes through the entire chat to see what questions are being asked in the chat while he's giving the webinar. And then after the webinar is done, his team goes, okay, here's the 30 questions that were in the chat while you were speaking. And then in the next webinar, he addresses those 30 things and destroys those beliefs, builds them up correctly so that those questions don't come up again. Freaking brilliant. Like, wow, right? That's why he says every time I do a webinar, it's different, because that's the one thing that he does every time on every webinar. He pulls the chat, he finds the questions, and brilliantly, let me tell you one more. Okay. I'm sorry. I got to answer Suzanne here, and then I'll tell you one more thing.
Yes. What I was going to suggest is, just like you put the thing on the screen, if you can just share that. Do you have it on a slide deck or something?
Absolutely. Let me drop. Let me drop WhatsApp here. Okay.
All right. That way we save time, and also I will have to leave now because I have another commitment. If you don't mind, I will catch up with you guys next week and try to. So basically, this is what I understand from the assignment. Watch the video and work on my offer stack. And also, personally, I'll work to find those figures that I can use for my real introduction.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, just do one of those 3 tasks, okay,
Yeah.
Just write them down and then get to them whenever you can.
I got them down.
Okay. Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much, Tim.
All right, Susan. Take care.
All right. I keep
I'll look forward to
in
seeing your
touch,
intro
and really it
video
was a
next week.
pleasure to share this time with you. Thank you so much for your experience sharing, David. Thank you for your notes and your mentorship, Alan and Kimberly. Thank you for joining us, Michelle. Thank you for recording the meeting, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.
It was good seeing you. Sorry, I have
Have a
to.
good night.
Her name is not Kimberly at all. It's not Kim Yuli.
Oh, not Kimberly. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
It was
I
nice
thought
meeting you as
Naki
well.
was your last name, and then
That was my first name, or Nikki, if you like. Some
okay,
people.
Nikki. All right. Thank you, and have a good night.
Have a good night.
God bless
Nice
you.
meeting
Good to see you.
Nice meeting you too.
Yes, Suzanne.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, awesome. All right, Nikimili, I'm officially introducing you as Nikki going on forever.
Okay, it's fine.
It's okay. I know you're used to it. But I can make it easier for you. I'll just introduce you as Nikki going forward. Everybody does that. So it's okay. It's okay. You're playing the replay. We love you, Suzanne. You're amazing. So anyway, we do need to wrap this up here because I got to get going too. And
yeah, me too. I have to go. A few more minutes. 5 more minutes. Can we say that?
Yeah, that's great. I'm good. Are you guys
Okay.
good with 5? Or
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. All right, good. All right, so let's just wrap this up because I covered a lot of content, and between now and next week, do we want to keep the 7 p.m. Central, right? 8
Yeah, this time's
Eastern?
perfect. Anything later than this, then you'd
Doesn't
have
work
to
then. Yeah, okay.
wake me up.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we'll be doing 8 Eastern. Okay, thumbs up from
Yeah,
Michelle.
8
as well.
Eastern.
Okay, great,
Yeah.
cool. So 7 Central, 8 Eastern. We're going to be meeting next week on Thursday, and I'll do a better job of like making sure we all got the right Zoom link and stuff like that. So I'll do a better job of that. Okay, so what we're going to do is our homework is simple. We're going to watch that 2-hour video.
Yeah.
I know it's a lot of chunk of time, but it's worth it. So it's good investment. And then he covers everything front to end. And I really was curious what you guys think of how he does his pitch at the end. That's what I'm going to cover next week is the pitch part. But basically, the assignment for
We're talking that YouTube video link that you sent.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's exactly right. Everything I just taught you, you're going to hear it again from Russell. You know, I just repeated everything he taught me while I was driving.
And let me say this. Knowledge is organic. You have to grow it to know it. And repetition is the first law of learning. That's why you did it 3 times.
That was a blessing for me. It really was.
Yeah, and because I heard it once 2 weeks ago. Right? So obviously I don't know it. Right? But if I do my homework 3 times, by next week I might know it.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah. Woo! We got this. This is so amazing.
We got this.
So yeah.
So if you want, just before you go, I mean, if you're struggling with the deconstructing the beliefs thing, you know, if you want to spend it, I can share this with you in a few minutes, that I can maybe give you a structure to help get that, because people kind of get lost and get stuck here. I did for a long time.
Yeah, I would like that. Thank you.
Okay, I'll just go through it very quickly. So basically, Nikki, my audience is retirees. You can see I look like a retired guy, right? So retirees, and my program is reinventing your retirement. Okay? And it's kind of act 3, right? Psychologically and financially, you know, we grow up, go to school, get a degree, we go in debt, that's act 1. Get married, have a family, pay off the mortgage, you know, pay for the college tuitions. Now we're ready to retire, that's act 2. Most people don't prepare for act 3, like psychologically. They might save some money. They might have a retirement fund. They might have a pension. But psychologically, people don't really prepare for act 3. So that's what my program is about. So my first belief, or their first belief, is it's too late for me to reinvent my retirement. The new empowering belief is the third act of life may be the most meaningful stage of all. Okay? And with it, I included an action step. The action step is begin a third act reflection. What would I like the next 10 years of my life to be about? Okay, that's one. Here's number two. A possible belief is retirement is supposed to be about slowing down. The new empowering belief is retirement is a transition from achievement to meaning. And the action step is identify one meaningful activity you would like to explore in your retirement. Could be mentoring, volunteering, could be learning, could be creative expression. Here's another one. The belief is if I didn't figure out my purpose earlier in life, I'll probably never figure it out now. That's where a lot of retirees are. The new empowering belief is purpose is discovered through exploration, not analysis, right? So the action step could be choose one curiosity and explore it for the next 30 days. Are you getting this?
Yeah, I was able to get everything. Thank you.
Yeah. So here's one more. The belief is I don't have anything meaningful left to offer. The new empowering belief could be life experience becomes wisdom that other people can always benefit from. Okay? So who could benefit from something that you know? So you could consider mentoring or guiding or find some way to share your knowledge. And here's one more. The belief is I'm not a good learner. I'm too old to learn. The empowering belief that we replace it with is people learn in many different ways. And retirement allows learning without pressure. Okay? So the action step could be identify one subject or skill you've always wanted to learn something about purely out of pleasure and curiosity. Okay? Anyway, so that's what I did. I paired them up. And so as I go through my process, I will mention it and then deconstruct it and then replace it. But that's what the three acts do. Like if I put two of those in story number one, two of those in story number two, and two of those in story number three, now I have the hook, the three stories, and my stack offer. Is that good, Alan?
I love it. I love it. It's a really good example. Yes. And that's kind of how Russell Brunson covers. He gives the three examples in that 2-hour video. That's why it's 2 hours long, because he's kind of doing a perfect webinar in it and then explaining what he's doing, because the perfect webinar should be 90 minutes long. And so, cool. And so, those were great examples.
So the last 30 minutes is the stack, the offer, the dialogue, the questions. The first few minutes is the hook and the intro. And then each of those are 15-minute stories. And that's the hour and a half. 15, 15, 15, 15, 15,
15, 15. Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, and that was the answer that I was trying to get to, Suzanne, was it's every 15 minutes. That's what you cover.
Suzanne, I hope you got that.
So I'll be dropping that into WhatsApp and also into Telegram for my notes on the perfect webinar. And next week, we're going to come prepared with our offer stacks as much as you can, and I'll help quantify those. If you're having a hard time with figuring out the value on them, real quick, you have to go by what it's sold for or what it or its value. So elsewhere, like I was saying to my mentee, I bought a program, the Legacy Builder, and then and that was $900. And then I bought the mastermind with the same lady who started it, which was $5,000 because I paid in one payment. And then I bought the upgrade, which is another $400. So by the time I was done paying all that mentoring, the actual dollar amount that I spent for mentoring was like $6,000 or $7,000 or whatever. Okay. We'll just say it's $7,000 I spent. Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's more than that, but whatever. And so I spent $7,000 on it. So now, in my offer stack, with integrity, I can say I'm going to include all this mentoring that I have bought for $7,000. When you buy this $1,000 product I'm offering you, this experience that I'm, whatever, That's a real number. 7,000 is a real number.
Yeah.
Okay. What I also told him, which was a big aha moment, and I know we're going way longer than 5 minutes, but I'm going to bring it in for landing, I promise.
Okay. Yeah, then I gotta go. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. And this will help us with the offer stack. It's so important. So what I also told him was, listen, his name's Basil. I go, Basil, I no longer meet with anyone for one-on-ones. I don't. The only way you can get a one-on-one with me is if I'm going to sell you something and I'm going to make money out of it, or you pay $20,000 for my 1-year academy, and I'll give you one-on-one a month, and that's it. Because I charge $1,000 per hour. That's my actual rate. And so I don't have one-on-ones anymore, period. So then I told him was, in your offer stack, here's your mega bonus. Because he's like, how do I get a mega bonus that's like $20,000 valuable? I'll tell you one. I'll give your person a one-on-one. And you can say this is worth $20,000 because look, all of this and the big thing about the stack is you have to keep repeating each line over and over again as you build it. That's another key point. You'll watch the video and you'll learn that. But anyway, by the time you get to the last mega bonus, it's like, and now there's a mega bonus. And for Basil, it's going to be, here's my mega bonus. Not only you get this, you get this, you get this, and you get this, you get this, you get this, but I'm also going to include a one-on-one with my mentor. He doesn't even meet with anyone unless you pay $20,000. And I'm going to give that to you as a mega bonus. You're going to meet with him for just spending $9.97 with me.
Okay.
That's a real value. So I know you got to go. So
I'll let you go. Thank you. It's been great.
Good night. Thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Yeah. See you, Nikki.
Week.
Anybody else is here? No, I think everyone else is here.
Yeah,
Bye,
Michelle's
Michelle, if
here.
you're still there. All right. Next week. All right. Take care.
Have a good week.
Awesome. Okay, cool. All right. I think that's a good wrap. You can go ahead and stop the recording, Michelle. Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Okay, cool. Woo! I get going. I don't want to stop. Sorry, guys. That was like so long.
Okay. Was able to learn a lot from everyone's perspective.
Cool. Now, how you doing, Michelle? You still in a lot of pain, right?
Oh, they gave me a gabapentin, so that kind of calmed the nerves down.
Okay. Man.
I mean, the pain was so bad, I was in tears.
Yeah, I've definitely been praying for you. I even sent a request to my church, so my whole church prayer team is praying for you as well.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I definitely need them.
It's a really good idea, Nick Kimberly. I'm gonna ask my church to pray for you too. Then that's a good idea. I like that. It's good. Because I feel like there's something going on with you, Michelle, in particular, that is inexplicable. I've been praying for it. Nick Kimberly's been praying for it, and it's still going on. So just tell me, like, we got to get more people involved. We got to get more people praying. That's a good. You're so smart, Nick Kimberly. I love it. So we'll keep praying for you because you are meant to do something crazy awesome. And so
Yeah, it's starting to interfere with my stuff, and I can't have that.
How long have you been experiencing it?
This is month 4. And my legs blistered up. It started out on my right leg, and they all broke. So it's constantly leaking fluid from it. And then it went to the left leg. Now they're taking turns bleeding. And I have told Michelle in her community, I would rather go through childbirth again than this. This pain is, I can't describe it.
Have you ever heard of something called sea moss?
No.
Sea moss is actually grown in like the ocean, but you can buy it at a health food store. I actually had a neat